is 7 Eyewitness News at 6.
Good evening once again. A man who was involved in a crash on the 190 says it took more than half an hour for help to arrive.
This happened during yesterday's evening commute. Richard Zazierski says his fiancée got to the scene before an ambulance did. She's a licensed nurse and offered to help before paramedics arrived, but firefighters told her to stand back and wait for help, which didn't get there for another 10 to 15 minutes. All new at 6, 7 Eyewitness News reporter Ala Arabi spoke to the couple.
It was Thursday afternoon on the 190 during rush hour. Nearing the South Ogden Street exit, Richard Zazierski said the traffic came to a stop, so he stopped.
And then I got hit in the back with the motorcycle.
Zazierski got out of his Dodge Ram expecting the worst outcome for the 25-year-old from Little Valley who hit him.
He said he seen the brake lights, and the next minute he said I couldn't stop, and he hit me, but I think he tried to maybe get in between to avoid hitting me. I'm not sure.
Dashcam footage from a WKBW staff member shows an ambulance driving to the scene. A total of 2 AMR ambulances appear in the footage. Richard's fiancée, Ronnie Stichaitis, says she's frustrated that calls were made to 911 at 4:05, but the 25-year-old didn't get medical attention until much later.
He was laying on 120-degree pavement, I'm assuming it was that hot, for 40 minutes.
It was ridiculous. He kept on asking me, when are they coming? This is very common. I said, yes, they're coming. Don't move.
In a statement to 7 Eyewitness News, an AMR spokesperson tells us all emergency calls for ambulance service on Interstate 190 are received and routed by a dispatch service, which is handled by a private company called ADI. The statement goes on to say, since we are not the call center, AMR cannot speak to how this particular call was received and routed, but we can confirm that once we received the call, an ambulance was immediately dispatched and arrived on the scene in under 13 minutes during rush hour traffic. Zazierski said he and others were put on hold when they called 911. Stichaitis said there was a squabble over police jurisdiction and who would take responsibility for the scene.
It's not AMR's fault. It's not the ambulance's fault. They weren't called promptly.
Zazierski says he hopes the 25-year-old motorcyclist ends up being okay.
Now, the couple and their family ride motorcycles often. Zazierski said he wasn't injured, but today his back was sore, so he and his fiancée planned to go to the hospital and get that x-rayed and checked out. They also wanted to try and check on the motorcyclist, who so far has not been identified by police. Reporting live in the newsroom tonight, Ala Arabi, 7 Eyewitness News. The first weekend in August means there is a lot